Hey everyone, welcome to another video. This one we tackled the spark plugs on a Nissan GTR. The one we have is a 2014 variant. There are other variants. As you sort of see the video, you'll understand one of the biggest changes in this, I think, is some variants have coolant lines going to your throttle bodies. So the only thing that differs from this to that is don't remove the coolant hoses, otherwise it's a bit of a pain. Apart from that, everything is the same and you should be okay. The parts that we used were OEM from Nissan. So the NGK Laser Iridium Premium Spark Plugs. This is the part number DILKAR888 93026, and they come pre-gapped, so you don't have to mess around with them. It's a simple case of putting them in. Still, get them out before you open everything. Get them out, have a look, make sure they're not damaged, because otherwise you've taken it all apart and you'll be in trouble if you find that one is damaged. So make sure you have a look. That's it really. The tools you'll need are basically listed in this photo. The most important things are 3/8 and a 1/4 inch ratchet, a few extension bars, 10mm socket for both the 1/4 inch and 3/8, 40mm spark plug socket, extension bar, that's where the 3/8 would come in handy, various trim removals, tools, and etc. So have a look at the tools. Yeah, that's it really. Enjoy the video.
So these are the screws that you will need to undo. This is a hex 5, 1, 2, 3, and 4 to remove the cover. You also need to take the throttle bodies off, 1 and 2. To do that, you're going to have to take these rubber clamps off. Make sure you mark them left and right, whichever way you do, as long as they're the same, it doesn't matter. Undo these clamps. Make sure you go all the way to the top. Slide this one off and then slide this one off, and it should come off. It's a bit tough, but you can jiggle it around and it will come off. Once you've done that, there are some more H5 bolts here, 4 of them. You have to undo those on each of the throttle body. Unplug the throttle body, and then your throttle body would be off. They both have steel gaskets, so don't lose those. Once you've done that, you have to remove the hoses. So there are multiple hoses around here. You will need the needle nose sort of plier thing, which is a really long one. There's one here, 2, 3, and I believe that's it. 1, 2, 3, and then there's another one here, 4. Yep. And then don't forget this one. This is the 5th one. We forgot to remove this, so yeah, make sure you remove that one. And then on the other side, we have 1 and 2. That's it. You also have to remove this wiring harness, so you'll need a screwdriver, undo the clip, pull it up, because this is actually attached to the manifold. And the manifold itself has 8 bolts, 10mm. That's my nephew. He's into cars. So you need to remove them in a crisscross pattern. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So go with 1, 8, 2, 7, and then this one and this one and this one and this one. So whatever you do, you have the outer one which you crisscross, and then you have the inner one which you crisscross. Yep. Then you're ready to remove the manifold itself. But before you can do that, you also have to remove 2 10mm bolts on the evap line. So there's an evap line here which you'll have to unclip, and an evap line here which you'll have to unclip. 2 10mm bolts, take them off, and then just move that out of the way and you'll be okay. I've put the instructions that we used linked in the video description. And our throttle bodies don't have any coolant lines going into them because ours is a 2014, so I don't know which model has those, so just bear in mind with regards to that. Spark plugs, you just take them out. It's a 14mm slimline socket, which is what we used. Again, make sure you mark the injectors, not the injectors, the coil packs for each relevant cylinder and in each relevant bank. I think this is bank 1, this is bank 2. Take them out, be gentle. I found the breakaway torque on those was around 15 foot-pounds. Get your new spark plugs into the Nissan OEM ones, which is what we've used. They should be pre-gapped, so you don't even need to do anything about that. Put them in, hand tighten them. Yep. And then once they're hand tightened, it's a 90-degree turn. There are no torque settings on them. It's a crush washer. So once they're tight by hand and won't go anymore, 90-degree turn. And that's the same on all of them. Don't go more than 90, don't do 92, don't do 87, 90 degrees is what it is. And then assembly is just the reverse. And you should be okay really. I can't think that I'm forgetting anything. I think there is a sensor here as well. But if you read the instructions, anything that I've missed, you should be able to pick it. It is an easy job. I would say put aside about 2 hours if you want to take your time to do this, and you should be okay. Enjoy the time lapse. Yep, go for it. Bismillah.
So that's the install done. It's a time lapse. In terms of how difficult it is, I think if you have patience, time, attention to detail, this is something you can do in your driveway. Don't pay the dealers a ridiculous sum of money and get them to do it. You can save a lot of money doing this and maybe buy another modification for your car, whatever. We enjoy working on the cars, so yeah, it's a good way to save some money as well. I would say set aside half a day for it, just in case something goes wrong. It should take you about, I would say 2 to 3 hours, 4 hours if you're being extra careful. The disassembly is the most finicky bit. Apart from that, it's pretty easy really. Nissans are very easy to work on. Literally all you need is a 10mm socket and you should be able to undo every single bolt on that bloody car. It is not like a Mustang where you need a 5.5mm, 7, 8, 12, 14, and you're forever looking for tools. So it is a much nicer car to work to. Yeah, take your time. The instructions that I used are linked below, so thank you to them for providing the instructions. Slightly different in terms of what our car is. We don't have the coolant hoses going to our throttle body, so that step does not apply to us. And apart from that, pretty much everything was exactly the same. Yeah, thank you for watching. Please subscribe, please like the video, and please share it, because it's motivation for me to keep on doing these. So yeah, thank you very much. Have a good day.